Welcome back. Now we are talking the battle of the smartphone. What kind of phone works for you? What kind of phone works for me? I'm not really sure. I have two of them. Anyways, right now joining me is Chad Jones. You are the CEO of College Mobile.
Yep.
Welcome to the show. So let's talk about, we have 4 different models here today.
Yeah, we have one of the each of the different types of platforms. We have an iPhone, an Android, Windows Phone, and BlackBerry. Those are the 4 major manufacturers. So you got the iPhone. This is made by Apple. It was the original smartphone that ever came out, and it's been around for quite a long time. This is the iPhone 5S is the top of the line. Actually, this is the iPhone 5. iPhone 5S is going to be announced probably on the 10th of September. And then that will be the new smartphone that everybody will want to buy. So if you're looking at making a purchase decision soon in terms of iPhone, I would probably wait until after the 10th.
And what are some of the benefits you can get from an iPhone?
Well, it's got tons and tons of apps. Usually the apps, if they're built, are first for iPhone, right? So, and they're usually best for iPhone. So whenever you're thinking of the app ecosystem, which is the billions and billions of apps that are out there, iPhone will probably have the best apps, and they'll probably work the best, and they have that ecosystem with iTunes and everything.
Nice. So if you're looking for all kinds of different apps, you're going to want to get that one.
Yeah, and it's also the most expensive out of these phones, so you are going to pay more.
Pricey, right?
Yeah, you're going to pay more for the iPhone versus the other one, so that is a cost decision. It is very well designed in terms of it making it very intuitive and everything, but again, you're paying a premium for this, right? But it is a very nice phone.
And the next one here we have is the Android. Yeah,
so Android, this one is actually made by Samsung, but whenever you hear all those different phones like, oh, the new LG, or oh, the new HTC, or these different manufacturers, that's an Android phone, right? And Android, the operating system is made by Google, but the phones themselves are made by all different manufacturers. So all these different manufacturers will make the hardware, and then Google just makes the software. Google does release their own hardware phone, but they don't do as good a job as someone like Samsung. Samsung, in the Android market, they basically own the market. They have 90% market share. If you're going to buy an Android, I would definitely recommend getting a Samsung model. They're usually the best. When you look at some of the other ones, like, for example, HTC, they make phones that are almost as good as Samsung's, but usually they're kind of buggy and stuff.
Right.
So I would definitely recommend the Samsung. And they are a little bit more expensive again, but not as expensive as the iPhone.
And what are the benefits with this one?
So in terms of apps, you're going to have almost as many apps as you do on the iPhone as on the Android. On Android, when people like myself design the apps, they're harder to design because you have no idea what kind of phone you're getting. Is it going to be a big screen? Is it going to be a small screen? So when the developers are making the apps, it's hard to make them as optimal as you can on the iPhone. But you're going to have a lot of apps, and you have a great ecosystem, and then it's going to be cheaper for sure.
And we have here the Windows Phone.
Yeah, and the Windows Phone is made by Microsoft, and really the only manufacturer is Nokia. They're not very popular in Canada right now. They have about 4% market share, so not very good. In terms of the phone itself, it's a very well-designed phone, and there's a lot of graphic design elements that are in this phone that are being copied by the other manufacturers because they're so good, right? But the problem with the Windows Phone is there's not a lot of apps, right?
I see.
And if there's not a lot of apps, you don't have that ecosystem. There's no iTunes, right? So you're kind of losing out there. So that's the Windows Phone.
And then the BlackBerry.
Yeah, so the BlackBerry, of course, is the made in Canada, right? And if you're just going to do email and use your phone for business, then I would say BlackBerry is your choice, right? Because it's got the best security, and if just pure email, it's going to be the best. And you also got the wonderful keyboard that doesn't exist on the other phones, right? So that's what BlackBerry is known for. Their great email and their keyboard. So.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. It's all very informative. I have a BlackBerry and an iPhone. They seem to be great.
Yep.
I haven't had the Windows Phone yet, though, so maybe that's my next purchase. We'll see.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful.